And let's make sure I've got a decent one. Oh, damn. He's actually attacking my base. This was I'm going to have to kill him quick. Oh, my locks. My locks. An army of loxes apparently is the way to defeat Ekar. Wow. I never knew that about a lox. It's just murdered him. It's absolutely murdered him. Hello rat bags, welcome to another mod showcase. Today we're going to be taking a look at Skyheim. I think that's how you say it. It's pretty much supposedly a Skyrim influenced mod for Valheim, and what it really does is gives you a reason to go and take on the bosses again. It's probably one of the big criticisms of the game is that once you get the ability from defeating whatever boss it is, Ekar, Bowmass, etc., you've got no real cause to go and defeat them much more after that. Some of the items, the resources that they drop, you don't really use or need them as much. And in a game where you can repair your items for absolutely free, you don't need to go farming for resources. But this mod changes all that. You will gain extra resources at least a few times from them so that you can craft these runestones. And these runestones allow you to do all sorts of magic spells and give you buffs. So we're going to take a look at all the runestones, show them in action and whether or not I think this mod is great. And yeah, straight away I'm going to tell you, I think this mod is great. Absolutely going to be added to my Let's Play that's coming up. I'm basically looking for the perfect mix of mods. I'm going to add the epic loot mod, I'm going to add this one, and I just need some decent creature mods to make the game a little bit more difficult. So yeah, don't forget to like, make sure you're subscribed, and let's crack on with today's mod showcase. So obviously you're going to have to defeat the bosses to gain access to some of these. But honestly, they're some of the best spells or mods I've tried. It just looks nice, it feels good, they've got effects when you use these spells. For sure, there's a little bit explained to do about the mana system. I mean, it's fairly simple. You get 100 mana points and it replenishes over time, over a few seconds. And some spells require a lot more mana points than others. And it does look like you can only make them at the artisan table. And once you've made one, it won't break like other tools or weapons. So these spells come in tiers. Tier 1, defeating Ekar, you're going to get the Frostbolt, the Firebolt, the Healing and a Light. Tier 2, you're going to get Force, Invigorate and Warmth. Tier 3, Recall, Travel and Blink. Tier 4, Frost Nova and Immolate. And Tier 5, for defeating Yagaloth, a Glacial Spike. In effect, Tier 1 is pretty much fine elemental balls or damage outputs, as well as being able to heal you and use a special light. That Tier 2 is about giving you buffs. It's either give you more stamina and regenerate your health, or it will give you a shield wall that can stagger enemies massively, up to 500. That is the percentage score or the point score for literally staggering an enemy. So I'm going to show all these off. The tier 3 is about travel, so you can go and teleport yourself back to spawn whenever you want. You've got a travel one that obviously increases how quickly you can move, but it does consume the mana while held. And then you've got the blink ability, which you saw there as well, which teleports in direction you're going. And some of these skills do get stronger. They're attached to actual 4 proper skills: Holy, Frost, Fire and Nature. So the more that you use these spells, the better you're going to get out of them. And just to finish off, that tier 4, the Frost Nova and Immolate pretty much either puts a blast of cold against opponents or puts a wall of fire around you and damages anything in that area of effect. And then that Glacial Spike is literally firing 3 pellets of ice at an enemy. So yeah, I'm variously using lots of different ones here. We're going to take on the actual bosses themselves just to show you a little bit more how they stack up against bigger enemies. They're not OP either, like maybe against low opposition like a boar or a neck. You've got to be pretty spot on with your aiming for these spells as well, which notice the hitboxes with the enemies using these spells is pretty small, so you have got to have a fairly decent aim. But when it comes to actually taking on the bosses, it is still a bit of a grind, especially with the low level spells. But as you progress, as you use them more, you're going to be able to level them up even better. So it doesn't look like there's any additional resources needed. You simply just have to have the artisan table unlocked, I do believe. Or you might even be able to do this at a crafting bench, I'm not too sure. But I do think it's the artisan table. I did use the cheats, the developer mode, the debug mode to do pretty much being able to build anywhere I wanted. But you can see me taking on the troll here using various different ones. They're pretty good. You know, it's not simply attacking with 1 or 2 hits and he's gone. You do have to actually fire quite a lot. So it's not going to make the game too easy if you unlock one of these through defeating Ekar at the beginning. The tier 1 spells like this Firebolt, you can throw quite a lot of them before your mana actually runs out, whereas some of the others have got much bigger cooldowns as well. So you've got this little light one that you can do, that's going to be great for exploring some of the dungeons and stuff like that. There's plenty here that give you buffs, like I said, to replenish your stamina or make sure that you can move around super quick and stuff, so they're pretty cool. And you can see that actually when you're crafting these runestones, you only usually need one of the resource drops that you get from the bosses, whether it's the hardened horns, whether or not it's going to be a bone from bone mass, and maybe just a few circling cores, or some gold, or some pearls. Again, none of it's really super hard or complicated to go and get hold of, just simple stuff you'll probably have lying around, especially if you've gone and defeated a couple of the bosses already by the time you add this mod in, or if you are doing it for the first time, you'll find some of this stuff obviously in dungeons, like the rubies, etc. So as you saw, taking on Eckhart, I didn't really get a chance to use too many of my spells before my OP Lox decided to just batter him. That is crazy, I never knew the Loxes could do that kind of damage. So yeah, after you've made your pickaxe with the first time you killed the boss, effectively you need to defeat him another sort of 4 times so that you gain access to the light ability, the healing ability, the firebolt and the frostbolt. You can activate some of these abilities more than once as well. But again, it's going to take a while to unlock all these abilities. It just gives something else to aim for. Like if people are struggling because they've explored all the biomes, they've got all the best armor, then I definitely think this is something really pretty interesting to go for. Maybe find a mod, and I'll look for that myself as well, that maybe increases the difficulty of the bosses each time you do them. That would go really super well with something like this. So I'm just using a simple firebolt spell that you get through defeating Eckhart the first time, and yeah, you can see it's pretty effective. It's okay, it does a fair amount of damage if you're aiming it in the right way. But the best OP one to use right now is the emollient one. Now you're not going to get that, like I said, until you've defeated Moda at the end, but oh my god, it's pretty decent. It just sets everything alight within that radius. So for a boss like the Elder God, it's absolutely perfect. So maybe you just still carry on defeating the bosses in order, just so you can get to this one, and then come back and defeat the Elder Boss to unlock the other ones or get... For sure, it'd definitely be nice if there was some sort of recipes we can make stuff to refill your mana, maybe potions, etc. It really doesn't have any really resemblance to Skyrim. Like, I don't recognise any of these spells that much from Skyrim. They're all pretty common garden magical spells. But yeah, I still think it'd be great to have a way to increase your mana. No, don't go near my base. Don't go near my base. So that area effect one, you've got to have 40 mana to utilise it. Ah, look how much damage it's doing. That is beastly. But let's just kill him just to show you guys. They don't get any additional sort of resources. There's nothing new being added in. It's simply the usual drops that they can have a chance to drop in, and then being able to do something with it. And you can see, there you go, we've unlocked them 3. So this time we're going to use the Force on Bone Mass maybe. Use the Invigorate 2. You get travel, recall and blink by defeating Bone Mass. So yeah, let's do it anyway. Okay, here he is. Oh, big boy himself. Now let's see how much of this we can actually get done. So there you go. I've just given myself a bit of a boost. And that knockback even pushes Bone Mass back. Obviously, it has got a bit of a cooldown on it, but that's pretty cool. You can see the freezing damage of the bolt there is actually pretty decent. Got to be pretty precise with it though. Oh, he don't like this. Of course he doesn't. He hates ice stuff. Let's see if we can get that one. Oh, and he killed me. No. I must have turned God off. Right, I'm going to use, I think it's that one and that one. There you go. Freeze everyone in place. And then I'll get me other ice powers out. Get out of here, son. So yeah, obviously some of them aren't that powerful just yet. Oh, now the chain one's pretty good. Yeah. You can see it really moving across different enemies. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. Oh my god, he's still halfway done. But yeah, you get the idea. Let's just get rid of him. There we go. There we go. Got a bone, a slime encrusted bone. Definitely some really cool stuff there. Absolutely am gonna put this in my little list coming up to my Let's Play. I've been kind of trying to test out a bunch of these. Some of them have been great, some of them not so great. I kind of want to find that perfect blend and mix before I start doing a Let's Play with a lot of these installed. But yeah, let me know what you think about this one. I don't really know what it's got to do with Skyrim. I feel like that's just a cheeky name drop just to maybe get some attention. I think it could equally just be called, you know, a Valheim magic mod. I best go and start repairing my lovely base. So until next time, rat bags, I'll catch you lot later.